I still haven't found anything to put this computer on top of, so that's not happening. Disconnected or connected, or no, disconnected from reality that not everybody, but the majority now is like, having a phone and technology can be a good thing and it can also be a bad thing. And as for the good thing, I mean, it's good because then you can connect with people that are really far away. And it's bad because then we're not in touch with reality. And there's so many things that are out there that we could do. Like, we could run, we could go on bikes, we can do all these activities, we can connect, we can talk to people. That's another thing that is worrisome: relationships and connections. Like, what is gonna happen? I mean, with Gen Alpha and everything, I'm really concerned for, kids and everything, because I've heard stories of kids getting phones at 5 or 4. We're losing our humanity, kind of, because we're so connected that how can we possibly connect with the world if our mind is so simulated with all this technology now, And I used to have social media and I used to have all that, and obviously my experiences may be different from another person's experiences, no doubt, because we're all individuals. But in my personal experience, it just always felt like I needed to pick up that phone. I needed to see the notifications. I needed to check things. I needed to see if I got likes. And for me, it was because it made me feel good. It made me feel like, okay, if I get these likes, if I get these validation comments, that means that I'm good enough for today. But if it was kind of like a drug, because if I didn't get it on that day, it felt like I'm not good enough today. And it influenced every other thing in my day. I didn't feel like doing anything. Sometimes I got depressed. Sometimes I just felt horrible about myself, physically. It took a really long time to get used to doing activities other than being on the phone. I got this phone and replaced it with the phone that I used to have. I used to have an iPhone 12 mini, and honestly, it's the best change ever, because this is so simplistic, It has the bare minimum, because a phone, I think, is only supposed to be for calls and texting. Because, I mean, all that other add-on and stuff is just so colorful and so addicting to just, swipe, and it's so accessible, so easy. And then you get lost into the For You pages or the scrolling or things like that. I have to use this, and I have to, press the button a few times to get one letter that I want. We need to come together and we need to fix this chaos that we've created. And when COVID happened, before COVID happened, things were still, normal. There was people in malls, there was people in places. They weren't on their phone that much. Everybody still did outside activities and stuff like that. But after COVID, that's when everybody was on their phone a ridiculous amount of time, a ridiculous amount. It shot up, and suicide shot up, depression shot up, everything like that shot up. Also, I noticed that when I walk around, I see people with their headphones outside. Personally, I tried it, but I just couldn't do it because it just felt so scary. It just felt like somebody was gonna come up behind me and attack me or something. I could not do that. And then if you're listening to music and playing video games and social media all at once, it's too much stimulation and too much information. You're putting thousands of pieces of information in your mind. So all of that is just flowing, and sometimes it doesn't even allow you to sleep, because of course your impulsive and intrusive thoughts come in your head, and you're remembering certain things of your day, and it's like boof, and then you remember something random, or just you can't stop thinking. The noises keep mixing with the other stuff, and it's like all over the place. That's in my personal experience, but I would assume that happens to a lot more people. Social media is also toxic. So people will literally be mad at somebody if they have a separate opinion from another person. Like, why do you have that opinion? Instead, they should be understanding, and they should be like, oh, really? Why do you have that opinion? Can you elaborate? Can you help me understand? And they call each other names and everything. It's so ridiculous. And that's the type of community that I personally believe that social media creates. It creates a community of toxicness. It creates a community of oneself, like I'm better than everyone and I know, better than everyone. And it just makes people fight and gang up on people. I personally view social media as like the modern day witch trials. All you have to do is do a few clicks, and then you can say whatever you want to them. And once you do, that's it, but you're anonymous. And you can say anything because of that. So they're ruthless. It desensitizes people. It makes them not care. It makes them, like, now it's not... I think a lot of individuality has been praised after COVID. I think that's what happened. Like, people want to be alone. I heard these two girls talking, and they were saying how it was weird how this random girl came up to them at the table and tried talking to them. I was like, I don't understand this. It's a human connection, and that is a human with feelings, and you're making fun of her for trying to talk to you, when really she probably wants a friend or something. So I just think there's a lot going on, and I just want to find like-minded people that believe in the same thing, and we can all relate and talk it out and talk about these things.